Canada has long been known for its welcoming immigration policies and multicultural society. As global travel continues to evolve post-pandemic, Canada is increasingly opening its borders to more nations under its visa-free travel program via the Electronic Travel Authorization (ETA). In 2023, countries like the Philippines and Thailand were added to the list, allowing eligible travelers to visit Canada without a visa, provided they meet certain criteria. This move is part of Canada's broader Indo-Pacific strategy aimed at strengthening ties with Asia and encouraging tourism, education, and economic collaboration. With this shift, several other Asian countries may soon follow, gaining visa-free or simplified access to Canadian soil. In this video, we explore 20 Asian countries that are top contenders for receiving visa-free access to Canada in the near future. Number 1. Vietnam. Vietnam has witnessed a surge in tourism and educational exchange with Canada in recent years. With a fast-growing economy and increasing middle-class population, more Vietnamese citizens are traveling abroad for education, tourism, and business. Canada already has a substantial Vietnamese diaspora, and Vietnamese students represent a growing percentage of international enrollees in Canadian universities. Given this momentum and Vietnam's participation in several international agreements with Canada, visa-free access could be on the horizon for certain Vietnamese travelers, particularly those with strong travel histories. Number 2. Indonesia. As the largest economy in Southeast Asia and a G20 member, Indonesia is rapidly becoming a global player. Canada and Indonesia have strengthened diplomatic ties over the years, and the number of Indonesian tourists and students choosing Canada as a destination has seen a steady rise. As Indonesia expands its international partnerships, the potential for visa-free or ETA-style access to Canada becomes increasingly realistic, especially for those with prior visas to allied countries. Number 3. Malaysia. Malaysia already enjoys visa-free travel access to several Western nations, including the UK and most of the EU, making it a strong candidate for future Canadian visa leniency. The country has a solid economic profile and a well-established Malaysian-Canadian community. Furthermore, Malaysians often travel internationally for education and business, which aligns with Canada's goals of attracting low-risk, high-value travelers. This, coupled with Malaysia's strong passport ranking, places it high on the list for future consideration. Number 4. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has emerged as a rising destination for educational and cultural exchanges with Canada. While it does not currently enjoy visa-free access, Canada continues to maintain warm relations with Sri Lanka and provides various immigration pathways for its citizens. As Sri Lanka's global mobility continues to improve, especially for passport holders with travel experience in the U.S. or Europe, visa-free travel for short visits to Canada could become a reality in the coming years. Number 5. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan, a major Central Asian country, is gradually building stronger relations with Canada, particularly in areas like energy and education. As Canada expands its international outreach under the Indo-Pacific strategy, countries like Kazakhstan stand to benefit from relaxed travel requirements. Canada has shown growing interest in Central Asia for diplomatic and economic partnerships, positioning Kazakhstan as a potential candidate for future visa waivers. Number 6. Nepal. Nepal, despite being a smaller player economically, maintains strong people-to-people ties with Canada through its growing expatriate community. Nepalese students are increasingly choosing Canada as a destination for higher studies. If Nepal continues to demonstrate safe and responsible outbound travel behavior, particularly for travelers with prior experience in visa-restricted countries. It could be considered for streamlined entry to Canada through ETA-like programs in the future. Number 7. India. India, home to one of the largest immigrant communities in Canada, is a strong candidate for visa-free travel privileges. With over 1.4 million people of Indian origin residing in Canada, ties between the two nations are deeply rooted in culture, trade, and education. The Indian student population in Canadian universities is one of the largest, and both countries have ongoing trade agreements under consideration. Given this robust bilateral relationship and the sheer volume of people traveling between the two nations each year, it would be a logical step for Canada to consider easing visa restrictions for Indian nationals, especially those with prior travel history to the US, UK, or Schengen countries. Number 8. Mongolia. Mongolia has recently improved its diplomatic outreach and economic cooperation with Western countries. Its strategic position between China and Russia makes it a unique partner for Canada's evolving Indo-Pacific interests. Mongolian citizens with clean travel records and international experience could be among the beneficiaries if Canada decides to expand its ETA program further into Central Asia. Number 9. Bhutan. Known for its peaceful diplomacy and high happiness index, Bhutan is a small but significant country that could gain visa-free access as Canada looks to diversify its travel partnerships. While the number of Bhutanese travelers is relatively low, Canada's approach often favors nations with strong governance, responsible global citizenship, and low overstay risks, all factors that work in Bhutan's favor. Number 10. Pakistan. Despite historical visa challenges, Pakistan remains an important partner in trade and migration for Canada. The country has a large diaspora in Canada, particularly in cities like Toronto and Vancouver. While full visa-free access may take time, Canada could move toward introducing ETA-like flexibility for Pakistani citizens who have held US, UK, or Canadian visas in the past. With diplomatic engagement and improved security screening, Pakistan is a plausible future candidate. As Canada continues to reshape its immigration and travel policies in alignment with its Indo-Pacific strategy and global engagement goals, the prospect of visa-free access for more Asian countries seems increasingly likely. The addition of the Philippines and Thailand to the ETA program in 2023 was not just a standalone update, it was a clear indication that Canada is actively looking eastward. This strategic pivot recognizes the growing economic and cultural influence of Asia on the global stage, and Canada's desire to deepen ties with countries that are emerging as key contributors to global growth, innovation, and education. The 10 Asian countries we have discussed, India, Vietnam, Indonesia, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Kazakhstan, Nepal, Mongolia, Bhutan, and Pakistan, each bring a unique value to the table. Whether it's a massive student population, a rising middle class with global travel aspirations, a peaceful foreign policy, or strong diplomatic and trade ties with Canada, each of these nations fits into the broader picture of Canada's future visa policy expansion. Some, like India and Malaysia, already have extensive historical and economic ties with Canada, making them prime candidates for visa simplification. Others, like Bhutan and Mongolia, may be smaller in population but offer trustworthy traveler profiles and stable governance that align well with Canadian standards. What remains crucial is that Canada continues to assess visa-free candidates based on responsible travel histories, bilateral trust, international cooperation, and mutual economic benefit. For travelers from these Asian countries, maintaining strong global mobility records, such as previous visits to Canada, the United States, or Schengen countries, will greatly increase their chances of being part of future travel expansions. In the coming years, as global tourism revives and geopolitical partnerships become more interconnected, we can expect to see more Asian nations joining the list of visa-free or visa-simplified countries for Canada. The door is slowly but surely opening, and these developments hold tremendous promise for students, professionals, tourists, and families who dream of experiencing the opportunities that Canada has to offer.